then I said, wait a minute. See, I don't want to waste no categories. I ain't got no money blues, I ain't got no job blues, I ain't got no woman blues. Hell, them the same thing. Because if I could get me a job, I could make me some money. I could call me a lady. I'd be doing a whole bunch better. So I put them all in the same category. But I wrote other pieces of blues information. Because what had happened was that I had found out later on, unfortunately, in my education about people like Langston Hughes, about people like Sterling Brown, about people like County Cullen and Gene Toomer and Claude McKay. And these people had taken the blues as a poetry form back in the 20s and the teens during the Harlem Renaissance, and they had fine-tuned the blues. They had sanded it down so that it became a remarkable sort of an art form. But what happened is that in many instances we didn't learn about that. We learned about the kind of poetry that nobody could understand. Like on 17th Street, 9th Avenue, when I was a teenager, man, we didn't want to hear nothing about poetry. Somebody say something about poetry, we say, oh yeah, where's he at? Bring him over here. Because we was into shooting the jumper, and that was damn near all. So in the 9th grade, like a teacher sneaked up on us and put these pieces of paper on the table, told everybody to read them, and then tell her what we thought about it. So I said, well, it's all right. Shit, I'll try it. I looked at the poem. The poem said, what now outside the wall I see, a shadow of an image me? I said, well, God damn, let me read this again. What now outside the wall? In the back of the room, somebody said, hey, this must be deep. Because, you know, like, this must be deep is like a drape that we throw over everything, you know, like what we must be, this must be deep means that, like, I recognize all of these words individually. But damn if I can get anything out of the order in which they currently appear. This must be deep. I mean, because you figure it must be deep, it's in this book. You say, well, why the hell would they put it in this book if it didn't mean nothing? Because ordinarily you read that don't mean nothing. You say, hey, this must be nonsense. But you don't want to say that with the teacher standing right next to you. Why you give me this, you know? So you say, hey, this must be deep. And what happens is that when a lot of folks get ready to write poetry, that's what they decide they're going to be, deep. They decide they're going to be poetic. So they come up to me, people come up to me sometimes and say, hey, read my poem. I read it. What's now outside the wall I see. And the only thing I can say to them is, hey, this must be deep. Because like being influenced by the kind of poetry that we were all introduced to, people feel as though like the way to be poetic is to make sure that there's certain little parts of it can't nobody understand. Why would you need a poet to make things more complex? Two winos can make things more complex. One of them say to the other one, well, is it, well, you got you? And the other one look at him right serious and say, yeah. And they communicated. You see, if communication is what it's all about, as far as most people sitting around watching it, could have been two poets talking to one another. They didn't have a clue. So the idea became not only to use ideas that were familiar to people in the community, but to use the language that everybody could understand. Of course, this poetry was always put down as street poetry because, of course, that's where the people were. People were on the street, and these are the people that you wanted to communicate with. Did an idea one time about how often it is that folks brother and sister one another, and how rare it is that something actually comes out of that people can grasp onto. Did a poem about the fact that oftentimes the people who are doing the most talking in the kind of conversations that you run into around this neighborhood should be the ones doing the most listening. The poem we did was called Billy Green is Dead. The economy is in an uproar. The whole damn country is in the red. The taxi fares is going up. What? You say Billy Green is dead. The government can't decide on busing, or at least that's what they said. Yeah, I heard you when you told me. You said that Billy Green was dead. But let me tell you about these hot pants that this big leg sister wore when I was partying the other night. What you say? Billy took an overdose. Well, now, junkies will be junkies, but did you see Gunsmoke last night? Man, they had themselves a shootout and folks was dying left and right. At the end, when Matt was cornered, I had damn near give up hope. Why you keep on interrupting me? You say my son is taking dope. Well, then call the law and call the doctor. What you mean I shouldn't scream? My only son is on narcotics. Should I stand here like I'm pleased? Is that familiar to anybody? Check out what's inside your head, you see. Never seems to matter when it's Billy Green who's dead.
Yo, it's Agent Dub checking in from HQ. Shout out to Ian for the visuals and Pat Rob for the sounds. Check out their ads down below. They make cool shit. And if you like cool shit, we got some hella underrated music videos that deserve a little more attention coming up later on. But up next, let's check out some local New Orleans filmmakers with some great pieces of work right here on
Yeah. Yeah.
Your arms don't go around me when I reach out for you.
Yo.
And Ink sat down at the
And
piano.
your eyes.
Alone at last. Let's celebrate.
A little premature for that, don't you think? You're only leaving for a few days.
A few days is all I need.
For what?
You'll see.
All right, baby.
Over there.
You want to lick the
Guess
bowl?
I'm gonna have to work here until they fix the buttons in my office.
One second, thank you.
4 hours. Oh, no, come on in. Meet my husband, JT.
Good, huh? Now, when you done with that, I can show you the rest. All right.
What do you think, Liza?
I think your grandma put her whole grimacy in this rum cake.
Gramercy is crazy. Grandma, I am so sorry for my friend girl. Please forgive him on my behalf.
That was a good one, though. Gotta give it to me. Gotta give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
But no, for real, honestly, you should start selling slices, man. Be a good little side hustle.
Lord knows I need one of those.
Look, it's not your fault, you know. You really need to stop punishing yourself, man. It's their loss, not yours.
Tell that to my bank account.
It's temporary, man. When did she pass?
Mother's Day.
Wow. She seems so chill.
She is.
Is.
I don't like referring to the dead in the past tense. I just feel like she's still here.
She is. In spirit. Have you tried reaching out?
Yeah, but I don't think I did it right. Maybe she mad at me for tweaking her recipe or something.
Well, if that's the case, she just needs to get over it. Because that shit is good. You know, the universe has a funny way of bringing you to your calling, but it's usually not in the exact way you expect. So just keep your eyes peeled, okay? You never know when your angels might be trying to talk to you.
Okay. Thanks, Slash.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I know, but I gotta go.
Get out.
Can I take this to go?
Nope. Of course.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Damn.
I like this little decoration you have.
Oh my God. Grandma?
Girl, what you screaming for?
You're in my kitchen.
Yeah, and it need to be mopped.
You're here.
Oh, I am, baby.
Wait, why are you here, Grandma? Am I finna die? I'm dying, huh? I knew it. That's why I lost my
Oh,
job.
baby, you called me.
What do you mean I called you? Oh, yeah, that. So it really works, huh?
Of course. It's just the first time I decided really to show up. The last time you tried to call me, I was watching my soap.
Is Young and the Restless still on?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on season 252.
They should have stopped at season 12.
Not on my watch.
Literally.
Nah. Why did you call me, baby?
I don't know how to do this, Grandma. This adulting thing. I just feel stuck. Like I can't get to the next level. And I can see it so clearly. I can see what I want to do. I can feel it. But it's really hard to see how. How do I get there? When do I get there?
Listen, baby, you can't keep living in fear. You are destined for greatness. It's not about how or when. You just are. You are, you can, and you will. You always been my little superstar. And I want you to live in that. Be free.
But what about everyone else?
What about them?
I'm just supposed to leave them behind.
Maybe it's your dream, not theirs. But you can decide who's worthy of being a part of yours. You can start with that Elijah boy. He's so sweet and handsome.
Elijah. Grandma, please. And
Yeah, I know, but the boy is still handsome.
You know what? Thank you for coming, Grandma.
Thank you for my rope cake.
Life has been rough since you left. Regret I couldn't see you before your death.
Next time.
You crossed my mind, think
A
that's a
little
sign from
bit
above.
more
I
on
can
the
still hear
item.
your laugh and feel the warmth
If
from
you
your
gonna
hugs while
sell
drinking
it,
Pepsis.
you
If
better
love
sell
cookies
it.
for comfort, remember laughing at
Okay.
dinner, you
Noted.
Oh, one more thing, baby. Check your email.
turned out to be when all you faced was hatred and tribulations. I got to see love you had for me and my sister. Know I was proud to be your great grandson. I love you and miss you, and that's undoubtedly why. The next woman to run across my mind frame is easily responsible for some of them bad days. Yeah, unnecessary stress projected on others, affecting Pops, my mom, and Kendall's big brother. Other words, you kept me motivated, learning lessons from different tribulations. Went right to sleep in that basement, no types of hesitation. All questions followed the request. Played your game like it was chess, and now I'm never coming back. This was me wishing y'all the best. And
I'm gonna take this to go.
Okay, I'm driving down Utopia Drive and it's a pretty road. Daydreaming, doubling my rack centerfold. Magazine, what I wish a nigga would, cause I'm feeling myself. You niggas wish you could be on the Echelon I'm on, cause it's filled with bitches that wanna fuck and niggas that wanna call your bluff. Was up at Palm Bluff, the shit wasn't enough, but she linked with a nigga and the rest was up. What's up? What's up? Real nigga, what's up? Real nigga, what's up? What's up? Real nigga, what's up? Real nigga, what's up? What's up? Real nigga, what's up? What's up? Yeah. Fact of the matter is, I'm actually adamant about life being a trip. It's like an accident, so I'm capturing shit. I got a knack for it. The eye of a tiger, an eagle that is black as shit. Forever be the name. The shit tatted on me. But what you heard, thought, and said it never mattered, homie. Smoking broccoli, the shit you smoke really phony. I'm on Utopia Drive.
Take a while. Go.
Morning, ladies. So nice to finally meet you, Miss Mitchell. You just sitting there.
Good morning. It's nice to finally meet you as well. Sorry. Troy. Now listen, I didn't ask you before to leave me alone. It's over, all right? Now, if you don't stop calling me, I promise you I'm gonna send your parole officer a nice new voicemail. Now, bye. relationships.
It's just so nice to finally meet you, Miss Mitchell.
Yeah, please call me Tina.
Well, Valerie's told me so much about you. Would you like to tell me a few things about yourself?
Of course. Well, I'm a mom of 3. I got pregnant when I was 14. I didn't graduate high school. What else? I've been engaged twice.
I see here, I think Valerie mentioned you've been in jail twice.
Oh, you told her that?
Mom, it's just therapy.
I don't give a damn what it just is. You sitting up in here telling this woman my business.
So I'm sorry.
I told you once before, my name is Tina.
Tina, I'm very sorry. I did not mean to upset you or disrespect you
Mm.
in any way. I'm just here today because I'm trying to help Valerie with this battle with depression. I'm trying to pinpoint the moments that could have led her to her current mental state.
Who's depressed?
Mom, are you serious?
Oh, so you're depressed.
How can you not see that? So far, I've lost over 30 pounds. I come home from school and I don't say a word. You cook and I don't even eat because I don't have much of an appetite. All I want to do is sleep. It's like I don't have nobody to talk to. You have a million things on your mind, or you're stressed because we're behind on the bills again.
Because do you know how hard it is raising 3 kids by my damn self?
Mom.
No, don't mom me. You have no idea how hard it was going to prison. Somebody else, strangers watching my kids. Having to work all these jobs, minimum wage, barely making ends meet. Do you not see I am trying?
I never said you wasn't trying, Mom. It's just a lot that, there's a lot that's been going on. And being the oldest, that doesn't help. I mean, just last week I overheard Elijah telling Zoe how people at school have been calling him names and making fun of his speech. Helping to fix everybody else's problems and then deal with my own is stressful enough. It's like I always have to be the strong one. I always have to have it together, but I'm tired of it. You know, sometimes I think to myself, what would happen if I'm the only child, huh? I mean, how would things be? Things would be different? Would life be better or for worse? I sit and think to myself a lot of things, and I feel so bad because I know I deserve better. I know my siblings deserve better. And so do you, Mom.
Tina, hearing all of that, how does that make you feel?
It hurts, obviously. V, I am so sorry. I was so blinded by my own pain and my own problems that I was missing what's most important. Sweetheart, I am trying. I need you to know that I am trying. Look, I do what I do for you and your siblings, okay? Even if that means I gotta use my body and do things I'm not very proud of. But I do it because somebody has to. I do it so that you don't have to. Shit, I've hid the pain for so long, even you can't handle it.
See, that's the thing, Mom. You don't have to handle it alone. You feel as if you have this weight on your shoulder, but you don't have to. You're stressing yourself out for what? Nobody's perfect. All I'm trying to say is, let me help you. Let Troy help you. Because, Mom, the way that I see it, even though you're affecting yourself, it's affecting us too.
Excuse me, but what do you think we can do moving forward to help Valerie and make sure that she doesn't experience this anymore?
Well, for starters, I'm gonna listen more and look out for the signs of depression. Valerie, I am so proud of you. Not only did you go get the proper help and guidance so that you can be vulnerable, and best believe I know that wasn't easy, but you did it for you. Take some big balls.
Well, I get it from my mom. I do what I have to for myself and what needs to be done. So, I'm glad to see that you guys are on the same page. Seem like you're in much better moods now. What can we do moving forward?
Communicate for sure, and be positive, because tomorrow is not promised. And I'm sorry it took me so long to realize that, V.
Well, Mom, as long as you start now, that's all that matters. I'm loving this energy. Well, I look forward to seeing you both soon. Nothing but news.
Hopefully. Thank you so much, Dr. Parker.
You're welcome, Tina. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Parker. I wouldn't have gotten any of this done without your help. Thank you so much. No, I'm always here when you need me.
Coffee Club. Make sure to check out my latest EP, Feels Funny, on all streaming platforms. Be sure to also stick around because later on we'll put together some music videos that definitely deserve more attention. But first, let's go to a concert. Local rising artist Louise had a pop-up show at the Mr. Wolf Espresso. Just in case you missed it, we got you covered right here on
What's going on? This is Dub, and we're here at the Mr. Wolf Espresso Lounge. We're going to see Lil Reezy live in concert. We're going to ask some people. Hopefully they have some good answers. Just going to ask them about Lil Reezy himself as an artist, and hopefully it's a good show. All right.
This is clearly a portrait of Zion. Yeah, I can't believe we got that right. And this is Oh my God, who are these people? I feel like I would know. We are all wise.
So who are we with today?
Jay Stu. That's actually my artist name, Jay Stu, but my real name is Jonathan.
Okay, bet.
And my name is Bear, but my artist name is Bear the Kid.
Okay, bet.
Irv. Is that what y'all?
Okay. You got any ads or anything?
At Irv on IG. Do I need to say my government? I ain't gonna say my government.
No, you don't gotta do all that. No, who we with?
Yo, what's up? I'm Myron. My ad is at Myron Solomon JR on Instagram.
I'm Twan. You can get me on Instagram at Twan Wavy. I'm a model in New Orleans area, World Envision, and many more.
Eduardo Martinez. Yeah.
What do? Do you do anything?
I'm starting to make music, but I'm keeping it to myself right now. I'm still trying to grow before I put my art out there.
All right, bet. What's your ad?
My ad, Eddie GM.
My name is Cameron. You can follow me at social media at Box Office Trouble. I'm a musician myself. And I'm from Hammond, Louisiana, 985.
Hey.
Name's Rudy. Follow me at Trash Boy Films.
I'm Zach. I'm not an artist of any kind. I'm going to law school. I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana, though.
Hey, we need lawyers. We need lawyers. Are you a music lawyer or you just a regular lawyer? Hell yeah. Hey, music lawyers are sick.
I am Chosen on Instagram. I_CHOS3N.
My name is Josh.
All right.
Yeah.
You got an ad?
I got at Josh Core on Instagram or Stat Vartan. That's my artist name.
All right.
Yep.
Do you like music? Or what you do?
Yeah, I do music and film. I do some movies. I also got a movie account called Cash Studios. Shout out that account.
Hey, let them know, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, who we with?
I am Rex Roth, artist from New Orleans. I make anything really. I'm a photographer, videographer, a clothing guy, Mr. Put It On, so to speak. I make movies and magazines, etc., etc., etc.
All right, bet. You do it all. All right. So what's your, how'd you come across Lorizi? Like, how'd you find out about him?
People sharing them on Instagram, yeah. Yeah.
That's what everyone's been saying.
Pretty much, yeah. I first found him out through, I think, that It's Gonna Be Alright freestyle.
Somebody told me about him, and then I met him in person, and then we started chopping it up from there. And I'm a screen printer, so I screen print his clothes.
All right, bet.
Instagram. I got a lot of homies that have done some stuff with him, and from there, just them posting his stuff, and then me even just seeing him randomly on IG. He just started to pop up more and more, and I'm like, yo, this guy, it's him. He got it. He got it. So you know.
How do you know Lorizi?
From IG, he's a famous rapper already. What do you mean?
I came across Lorizi kind of randomly, like on Spotify. Just one day, I always love to like find new music and stuff like that. But mainly on TikTok as well. Like his TikTok just started showing up on my For You page like a hella lot. And 19 was like one of the first songs, and I was like, yo, he's giving me like college dropout vibes. And then I checked out like his discography, Control, Leader of the UTH, that, man, them shits is bangers, like for real, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, my personal favorite track of his is 19. So what's your favorite?
Honestly, that's why I'm here. I just seen him so much on Instagram, so I just wanted to come check out, see more of him and get put on some more songs, artists supporting artists,
I recommend 19. What's your favorite track?
I really like his On the Radar freestyle. That's on YouTube right now. He's going crazy on it. Yeah.
I discovered him, I actually met him my freshman year of high school.
Oh, yeah.
And I grew up with him up in senior year. He started he seemed to start taking music more seriously, and that's when I started listening to his music.
All right, bet.
The sponsors that be coming across the ad on Instagram, and that Burt song came on, and that's how I got on to him. I could sense that he got like an old soul, but by him being so young and talking about the things that he talking about, that's what made me grasp towards him.
Me, it was like I go to college at Loyola, so then I have some friends. So I have some friends who like kind of put me onto him, and then like his keyboardist I kind of know, like Cam, and then he kind of put me onto him. So then I was like, okay, this is kind of crazy. And then he dropped Rebirth, And then like I started listening to him way more, and then like Night at the Fillmore, that kind of got me. And then like ever since then, I've kind of just been like on it.
So me and his girl went to school together. We was on Rory Court together at Dillon University.
Okay.
And she introduced me to him, and I'm actually an on-campus barber, so I chopped him up a few times.
Okay.
Talked to him, whatever. He cool people.
How'd you figure him out?
Kind of the same, but less Instagram, more TikTok, I guess, because it was during a time when he still had his locks where he was just like spamming, like, y'all, this my music, go fuck with it, this is my music, go fuck with it. And so that's how I found out who he was, and I come to realize like, oh wait, the voice, like the accent sound familiar. Oh wait, this nigga from my city. All right.
Oh, okay.
So, as you can see, we got there a bit early because we wanted to ask around and see what type of response we get from the other concert goers, which was pretty nice. Everyone was pretty cool, had great answers. Appreciate everyone that accepted to be interviewed. If a nigga with replica night vision goggles came up to me with a microphone, I'd be a little hesitant, but everybody was cool about it. A little bit after we got there, we did have to stand out the venue, which I assume was to reset the line and be orderly, which was nicely ran. And then everyone started to pile in, but people mingled as we waited for the opener, pretty much, type shit.
Man, shout out to the algorithm. Probably randomly popped up on my timeline. I was like, this shit hard.
Everyone's been saying that.
Shout out this guy.
Yeah, I've been following him for a little minute because of like other people I know. So they kept posting his stuff, so I saw it there. And yeah, I've been a fan for a few months. Not a day one, but.
All right, I mean, that's fine. It don't matter when you jump on the ship. But for me, my favorite track is 19. What's y'all's favorite track?
I'm not gonna lie, it's probably Jumping the Barricade. I like the energy on that track. The beat is really hard.
Okay.
Like, he brings like a whole new message with like his storytelling, you know what I'm saying?
Originally, my favorite song by him was No More Crying, but ever since he released Nerd, I've been fucking with Nerd. Yeah.
It's gonna be all right. I also love Nerd that just came out. Yeah, he's in that music video.
I'm in that said music video. It's one of my favorite tracks. My favorite track is Boy of a Dream from the latest album. It's more bien.
I like all bullshit. Straight flick.
So I'm actually not sure of the title, but I can recall the video. He's on the bike and it's just the motion of him rapping as he's getting off the bike. I can't remember the title of it, so I apologize, but I'm here to support. So hopefully I find out the name of the track today.
There you go. Mine's 19 as well. There we go.
Yeah, a lot of people fuck with 19.
Nerd is my fave, by far.
It would probably be Night at the Fillmore just because of the message and like the storytelling on it, really. Like, I think that's my favorite personally, but recently, I think it would have to be The Leader of the Youth.
I think that I love you forever. I love you forever. Too.
I'm really hoping he performs that.
I was just like listening before I got here. I was just listening to all the Lorisi tracks again, just to make sure like I'm like not like trying to be fake, just be like not trying to mumble the lyrics.
Yeah, my favorite track I say is I say Got You on Reborn.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
So an artist named Thomas Alston opened the show. Smooth set, came in and did what he needed to do and put on a great performance. After he got off stage, we had a brief conversation. I was hesitant at first because I didn't want to bother this nigga who just got off stage, but I was curious because they said he was from Mississippi, and I will shout out every and any Mississippi artist. It's us against the world. But he's from Starkville, and I'm from the coast, and he's got family down there. That's usually how that convo goes, but his message he preaches I thought was interesting. Works a 9 to 5, but still makes time to pursue his dream, which is honorable and something most people can get behind. Seems to be revolved around hard work, no excuses, being punctual, which are all good traits, and seems like a stand-up nigga, so keep doing your thing for real.
I should be, and when you think like that, it's hard to appreciate where you are. And so I hope the message in this song really resonates with y'all tonight. It's hard to imagine more anything other than this, but you know, I'm truly satisfied. I'm all grateful now.
So what do you feel about his message that he pushes, pushing more positivity and hip hop and using his, his platform?
It's awesome. Yeah, I fuck with Lorizy a lot because it's just like, I don't know, his music is just like, it's so vibrant and it's like, it's fresh, it feels new, and it's like he's bringing this classic kind of hip hop back to a newer generation, and I love
For the youth, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Literally.
Kind of go off what Josh just said. Like, I really like that he's bringing back this like more positive vibe. Like, I told him this when I interviewed him from a magazine. He kind of has like this very like early Kanye vibe, where it's like he's very different from like his contemporary, especially in this city where like a lot of dudes in the city is like rapping about like guns and shit. But I'm like, he doesn't do that, and I very much so value that and appreciate that, and I think that's one of like the illest things about him.
Yeah. I like that answer you had, the breath of fresh air for the youth. Like, yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Vibrant. Yeah, very vibrant.
I love his message. I remember we came back from a senior trip, senior year, and we were just sitting at the table, and then he started talking to me about like what he like pretty much his vision, right, and what he speaks about in the music, and it inspired me. It's weird. He's like a young guru.
He seems like an inspiring person. That's why we're kind of here.
Yeah, and at the time I was doing like messing around with like Adobe, making logos, like trying to make art, and it really helped me to start like making my own like logo business and start putting more of my business out there. Now that dream kind of went away, right, but his message is still there, and it's helping me start on my new dreams. Okay. Yeah, so I really look up to that.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I think it's completely fine. It's true to him. There's nothing wrong with him being who he is, and I think he does it fire. So
I think he's dope.
Yeah, I don't think it matters as long as he's like and stuff. Doing him. Can't hate on that.
Yeah.
Can't hate on that.
How you feel about that?
Yo, he's necessary. Like, we need somebody like him in the city. And no joke, like, seriously.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Like, and the authenticity bleeds through. That's what, what I'm saying? That's why it's like, I think he's becoming who he's becoming right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reason why, like, I'm here.
Yeah, 100% agree. That's why I'm at the show.
Absolutely. You hit it right on the head, man. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do, and I want him to keep going. Don't stop. All the way to the top.
Somebody recently said he feels vibrant, that he feels like he has a positive message, especially for the youth here in the city. Like, how do you feel about that?
Man, he real inspirational, bro. We need more people like him pushing the right message to people, you know what I'm saying? And everybody should be on the lookout for him for sure, man. He rising up for sure.
I think we need that more in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like, Bear and I, we make music too, and, we need, more positivity in hip hop. Not saying there's nothing wrong with, like, showing the women and, the money and the glitz and glamours, but, we kind of need that old school feeling back, taking us back to its roots, you know what I'm saying? So I think, what Lorizy is doing right now is just simply amazing. Like, if he can do it, then anybody can do it.
And I agree wholeheartedly with that. I ain't even got to say nothing.
Okay.
It's about to be the greatest pop-up y'all ever seen in y'all life, I promise you. Y'all make some noise for Tyler one more time. Yeah! Give it up for Thomas Austin for opening. Yeah! My name is Cam. Don't worry about me. But, we're gonna keep it going for y'all. Let's go. When I say love, y'all say Reezy. Love? Reezy! Love? Reezy! All right, let's go.
Then came on the main act, Lorizy, who was phenomenal at keeping the crowd in it. I mean, I'm very curious to see his set in a bigger venue because it was really just a Tiny Desk, to be honest. I'm curious to know if he submitted it to the Tiny Desk competition. That was kind of the first thing I thought of. But he had a lot of high energy songs that prompted more energy within the crowd. I'm not sure if he's the type of artist to want his audience to mosh, but Jump the Barricade definitely feels like that could be / will be the intentions of that song, in my opinion. I feel like that's quite easy to understand by just listening to the song. It conveys the message of the song while also bringing to light other serious topics to underline it, which is always so cool to see from music artists. I mean, it's just the venue size didn't allow it for us to do that, hence that it was just a pop-up to test the waters. It wasn't really the appropriate setting in a coffee shop that's in a museum, but it is always a pleasure to see a natural-born entertainer. He's so good with stage presence and being comfortable on stage. I mean, Stuff like that really sets apart artists from others, so it will be super exciting to see what a Larizi concert would be like here in the near future. I'm almost certain he knows what the blueprints of that will be, or is at least on the right path of learning it, but it was a great experience to see that early on now. The inspirational speeches between each song were wise and compelling, and you can really tell that he believes in what he's saying. I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about him, and definitely comes across like a kid who was raised with a good head on his shoulders and what happens to be an excellent lyricist and performer, and people really gravitate towards that. I mean, he's 19. It feels like he's super hyper aware of that. Like he's very conscious about the type of energy that he puts out to people and uses his platform to preach for change. The best word to use to describe for a Larizi concert is vibrant, and to have people in the crowd give comparisons of early Kanye and Will Smith really put everything in perspective. I mean, he's got an MC Light cosign with Busta Rhymes fire emojis in the comments. That's as fuck in my opinion. That's just me though. But seriously, thanks again to Larizi for letting us film and get the chance to capture the event. Hopefully one day we can get you as a guest for Dub and we can sit down and talk more about your message. But that's it for me. Enjoy the rest of the video and stick around for the rest of the broadcast. All right.
Show, a little bit of an intermission. I hope you can hear me, but they're figuring it out right now. So far the concert's been great. A lot of good energy. Everyone's been doing what they do. It's a good turnout, as you can see. Like, pretty good pop-up event. All things considered, what's going on. So hopefully they can figure it out. We'll see.
You sat in the back, but you never spoke on his ass. In fact, you told him you dream and told him you couldn't get act. And that, you doesn't care for how he's running the arrogance. And I only left your house, I didn't know what in advance. When you make it go to the torch and carry it. Go before you had showed you the road. You don't forget how I when they catch you. Which is the only way you know the code. That's why your friends go out with the plans. You stay in that house and get right lines. Maybe you watch us ahead of your time. Maybe you walk me out of your mind. And maybe you watch me one of a kind. Sometimes you might be the loser.
right, so this is after the show. Louise just came off stage. Awesome pop-up event. I'm glad that you put that on. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Like, any thoughts after, little post game?
Well, it started off. I started off in the first quarter really hot. Second quarter got real icy.
You recovered though.
Third quarter, like after halftime, we came back in. Great third quarter. And fourth quarter, I was like Kyrie in the fourth, Game 7 against the Warriors.
Hey.
And that's I was clutch. We pulled it off. I think everything happened for a reason. I'll never be like, man, like, whatever. It's like life is like an improv
For
movie,
real.
and it's like, okay, what you gonna do next in the movie? Like, are you gonna end the movie, or are you gonna keep the movie going? It's an improv movie, so it's like, that's what I do. I'm living in a movie.
First and foremost, you've been one of the artists on the rise that I've been enjoying watching. It's been great. I try to shout you out with everything. I'm just like, this is sick as fuck.
Yeah.
But basically saying, like, if you want to give us a preview, like, what's next? Like, you got another show coming in. You want to tune us in with something else? You know what I mean? Like, here first, maybe.
Next, we're gonna do another pop-up. We're gonna keep them coming because I want this to be like a consistent thing where people like I can't miss that one. Like, they're gonna see this and be like, man, I really wish I went. And then the next one is gonna be like, I can't miss that. And then I can't miss that one. So we're gonna keep the pop-ups coming. We're gonna keep utilizing time here. My creative brand with my dog, Shoot This Rob, and a bunch of other people. We're gonna keep that going. And my next album, Ghetto Intelligence.
All right, we're looking forward to it. But, bro, appreciate everything with the positive message that you do. Like, a lot of the fans I talked to that were here before, like, love the message that you were talking about. I think that's really needed and supportive. So, bro, appreciate it, bro.
Man. I love you, guys.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. So that's after the show. Everything was perfect. Everything was great. It was such a great show. Had a little hiccup in between, but honestly recovered well. Had a little 5-minute intercession in between. But other than that, everything was great. The vibes were immaculate. Everybody was positive. Everybody was in a good mood and cheery. If you haven't been to a Larizi show yet, got to show up. This was his first pop-up. If he does another event, I'll be glad to pop out, and you should too. If you have any other artists that you're willing to recommend for me to go to a live concert, or if you or your artist yourself want me to pop up to a live concert and review it, I will. But other than that, thank you for watching this segment. On to the next one.
Hey y'all, it's Aaliyah, aka Leah Lynn. Make sure to check out my short film, Grandma's Rum Cake. Stick around because in a bit, our very own Dub sits down with upcoming NOLA artist Bryson for a conversation about being versatile and life as a young artist. But up next, if you love music videos like I do, we got that on lock too. Let's check out some of those slept on music videos right here on
Picture me with my feet kicked up. Prejudice won't be like us. I'ma climb to my feet toe up. When I prosper, can't be so luck. Picture me with my feet kicked up. Prejudice won't be like us. How much time slip off to dust? When I prosper, can't be so luck. Picture me with my time ticking, skew my vision. I learned a lot through failure. I know it's worth my time. And burdens I cut loose like tailors. They weigh 2 tons too heavy. Can't keep that on my person. I risk it all for peace and contentment. I bet that's worth it. That sun glow through my window. No fake news in my mentions. So focus on this LP. New drop, I'm nice with linens. My folk, we need our credit. Often end up forgotten. Look what we bring to tables. You can't believe just watch that. Hey, picture me with my feet kicked up. Prejudice won't be like us. I'ma climb to my feet so up. When I prosper, can't be so luck. Picture me with my feet kicked up. Prejudice won't be like us. How much time slip off 2 touch? When I prosper, can't be so luck. Picture me with my feet kicked up. Prejudice won't be like us. I'ma climb to my feet so up. When I prosper, can't be so luck. Picture me with my feet kicked up. Prejudice
First and foremost, I want to thank every single talented artist that was a part of our program this evening. Without you, there is no Until Death. Your service is valued and your work is appreciated, so well done, artists. And for the viewer that decided to give us a chance, we appreciate you for sticking around. At HQ, our main objective is to push the underground artists to the forefront and lead the wave of new creatives globally around the world by providing our viewers with the utmost quality. And as far as I'm concerned, mission accomplished. Up next, live from HQ, I'll be interviewing someone I believe to have a bright future ahead of them. It was truly a nice experience to sit down and have a conversation between two artists with seemingly like-minded goals, and I encourage you, the viewer, to try and take something from our sit-down. I hope it pushes you further towards your endeavors. I hope you go create something. I hope you love somebody, stay dangerous, and stay militant. Over and out, Commander-in-Chief.
First and foremost, like, I discovered you as an artist and with music through a homie named Kai. So shout out that nigga Kai for real.
Yeah, Kai's a tune.
Yeah, me and him used to work at Tommy's and shit.
Oh, shit.
That was a whole nother era. But the first thing I noticed about your discography, like if you go through it, is that it shifts and it changes into something completely different. Was that like, did you always have that sound in your bag, or was that something you're like, damn, I really want to, I want to have that sound, and I gotta work to achieve it type shit? Like, how did that come about? Like, where'd that come from?
Damn, yeah, shit, bro. That, I'm gonna be honest. I always was like, even before I was like Rockstar Ken, so I had like 2 other aliases before that, and even then, I was always experimenting with like those distorted like rock vocals. I spent a lot of my time earlier like, looking up to like X.
That
when X was alive, that's what
as a lot of people have.
Yeah, yeah, like a lot of X, a lot of Lil Peep.
Yeah.
And like that's when I was playing around with it in that SoundCloud era, and then like, you know, as you get older, you kind of have to like adapt. So like then I start like trying to find a way to be classier with it or cleaner with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when, you know, I start creating that sound. Like if you listen to my songs, it's like more like R&B with rock vocals.
Exactly.
So that's where I kind of like got that from.
You know, like I went back and listened. I think your earliest is in 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
But the first thing I noticed, for lack of a better term, I was like, oh, this is like NOLA drill. The lyrics are like drill music, but of course,
and which one you said it was?
It's got that twist. Like I think your project in 2021. Forgive me, I don't remember the name.
No, you good. You good.
But because I went through it as a timeline, and then I was like, oh shit, this is bleeding into something.
Tornado Twins. Right?
Yeah. This is bleeding into like, kind of like when I first heard it, I was like, this is kind of elements of something The Weeknd would make early on during that EXO phase. I was like, oh, that's kind of dope, especially geographically.
Yeah.
Considering in New Orleans, like, I don't think I've heard niggas sound like that locally. So I was like, oh, this is cool. I was like, okay, cool. I fuck with the uniqueness for real.
Yeah.
And the whole theme around it. But that transition though, did you feel like it affected your audience, or did you feel like it kind of affected you as an artist, even yourself? Was it like or was it kind of something that was just smooth transition? It was like, man, nigga, I've always wanted to do this, so like it was so seamless. Or are you still ironing out the kinks type shit? You know what I'm saying?
You know, actually, I feel like I'm still trying to figure that out, cause when I made that switch, there was like a dip in who listened at first, cause it was like, what is this? This is like
right as that's gonna happen.
Yeah. But then like, then I start like gaining attraction again. But then I'll come out of nowhere and like rap again. And then it's like the people that wanted that are gonna come back. The people that didn't want that are gonna leave. It's like a weird like divide, and I'm trying to figure out how to like blend them together.
And I think once you do, that's when it's gonna be like, it'll click.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like you're versatile and you do both. And I fuck with that. But some people, it's just the God honest truth. They're not gonna fuck with that. They're gonna be like, we want old Kenzo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now that you're on this new wave, I'm like, y'all just wait, because I can see that it's like you're figuring it out. Type shit. You know what I mean? I love seeing that in like upcoming artists. I'm like, they haven't figured it out yet, but when they do, nigga, like
There you go.
I feel like I might be just not figuring it out. Cause there's
that-
like a weird blend of music that I'm making right now.
Mhm.
It's like an R&B super trap,
Mhm.
and it's like I feel like I'm starting to just realize how to maybe give everything in one package.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
But not even to pivot, but to go in the music process though.
Yeah.
Because like as artists, all of us have different ways of how we create our art, right? Everyone's got a workflow. Everyone's got a way that they do things. So I was curious. My first thing was like, well, how did it affect his music process of how he makes the shit that he makes? Because it's two different genres, seemingly. They both have different sounds. So is it one of those things where is it two different processes, or is it just like I just do the same shit at work? Because like, say for instance, you gotta work on vocals instead for the new sound that you're doing now.
Yeah.
Like you start with vocals, whereas before you start with drums.
Right.
Or maybe you do the melody now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Is it the same, or is it kind of like two different avenues?
It's like I guess it'd be like neither one of those. Like that process for me is like really strange because I kind of just go with whatever I'm gonna do in the moment.
Bro, yeah.
If I'm hearing a certain sound, like I might be in the middle of like recording my vocals, and then I hear a certain sound in the beat, and I'm like, okay, I want to make this sound to enhance that sound, so that like creates a different soundscape, and then I kind of just do that in the moment, and we'll get back to those vocals after. But I need to get this down while I'm thinking about it.
I feel you. I call that like when that happens with me.
Yeah.
I call it just like sometimes you can just see it.
Yeah.
Really, you hear it, but I like to say sometimes you just see it because you see the vision of where you want to take that off of just a sound alone, and it's kind of like, oh shit, okay. And sometimes, for me personally, just the chime in, for me, like it kind of fucks up the workflow a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I'll be working on one thing and then I hear a sound and I'm off to a whole nother thing. I'm like, damn, well now I kind of split it off. And sometimes I just need to focus on one thing. Which do you struggle with that? Does that sound like something that happens to you? Like you'll hear a sound and then you're like, oh shit, hold on, I'm on a whole new wave now. Hold on, what the fuck? And either you do like a beat switch, or you just like, well fuck it, I'm gonna start a whole nother. I'm on different timing.
Yeah, no, that's exactly like, bro. I was making this song. It just came out. It's called Zoning, and
Which if you haven't heard, like
Go
go
ahead, check
listen
that
to.
out.
For real. No, for real.
But it's like I was recording it, and at first I was rapping on that song, and then I was like, but you know what? Because it sampled The Zone by The Weeknd. That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
You know what? I didn't even catch it. And it's funny that I said it was early like weekend shit, and I was just like that.
Matter of fact, when you had said that, when you was talking about the Toronto earlier, that's like if I could like compare it to anything, it would be like I'm gonna give like three things you could mix together. Probably like Wayne.
Okay.
Toronto. Like all Toronto.
Just that Toronto sound.
Mainly The Weeknd, but all Toronto. You could say all Toronto.
And I'm a huge P&D fan, by the way.
P&D as well.
Like, I'm a huge, like that nigga Party Next Door does not get enough credit.
Never misses.
I'm
inspired.
1, 2, and 3. That's all I
fact,
gotta say.
I feel like I'm really inspired by the way he creates his sound. Like he plays around with sound design. He's a genius. Like
no, for real.
Like that was crazy. But he's really so unrecognized. But yeah, P&D. And the last thing I would probably say is like just a lot of shoegaze, punk, rock bands like if I could think about the best example. My favorite band of all time, Pierce the Veil.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's ill. Okay.
Yeah. That's probably what I could compare my sound to the most.
Okay. To go on with what about the writing process though? Because do you consider them different lyrics? So when I listen to it, I'm like, okay, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
The lyrics are the same somewhat, but it also goes down a whole nother, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for the writing process, is it something where before maybe you write, because I know for me, sometimes I write like 4 bars at a time. I write 4 bars and I'll walk away, smoke, do whatever the fuck, go away, and then I'll come back and I'll attack it from a different angle.
Yeah.
Is it the same way when you do the vocals for your new shit? or is that process kind of changed, not even matured, but just like evolved into something else?
All right, stay with me here. 'Cause we about to go on like a big.
I
real
love hearing the
tangent.
process of how niggas
Yeah.
like create their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
You gotta keep me on track as well,
Okay,
because I might
okay.
lose it.
I got you.
So, starting from like, depending on what type of song I'm making, usually when I'm rapping, like sometimes when I'm rapping, I say like 50% of the time when I'm rapping,
Okay.
I'm rapping just having fun. So I'm not gonna talk about nothing in those songs.
Mm-hmm.
But that's that. When I'm actually focused on a song, I'm a really big like storyteller. There has to be a plot.
Absolutely.
And there has to be, I feel like every first line of the song has to be some crazy shit. I gotta hook you in
Mm-hmm.
for you to be like, why did he say that? Let me hear him out.
Okay. I fuck
So
with
like
that.
I treat each song like a story. And sometimes I'll write, but a lot of the time I like to just go in, like don't let me hear the beat, don't let me hear anything, let me walk in fresh.
Okay.
And we gonna, whatever I hear right now, whatever emotion I'm in, I'm gonna get that melody first, then I'm gonna put some lines to it that means something deep that correlates with that. And that's where we'll start from.
I fuck with that. Okay, I can feel that, and that's even something. Shit, you might have put me on game. So something maybe
Yeah.
I need to do. Maybe I need to be like, all right, I gotta attack this from a different angle.
Yeah.
But like for me, like it's that beat. Like minute that you fucking hear it, I'm like, all right, bet. I know how
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack this. Like I'm gonna attack this in a way. I'm going for this vibe or this
Yeah.
vibe or this vibe. A lot of me is just like metaphors. A lot of it.
Right.
Metaphors. Most of it just sports related, to be completely honest.
What type of vibe you on? Like what?
Me?
Yeah.
A lot of shit that I make, I do it for fun. To be completely honest with you, like eventually, like I'll drop, but it's one of those things where I'm really heavy into like shit. I mean, everybody is, but like that Griselda sound right now.
Ooh.
Like it's like
That's interesting.
it's like everybody wants to do that sound now, which is fine.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
completely fine with that because that sound is so fucking ill. But another like inspiration for me is like, and you might not even hear it in terms of like my flow or my pitch or my tone or however I say things I come across. But Boldy James, like
Boldy James,
that to me, that nigga right now is at least top 3.
What he sound like? I never.
A lot of it's just boom bap, like really.
Oh, you
like really
um,
grimy, really.
Yeah, you like
like
I was
it's-
gonna say something crazy. But
Griselda,
like,
you know,
it's like
it-
slum music.
I mean,
no, not to degrade it, but I'm saying
No, I know what
it's
you
gritty,
mean.
like
That a lot of course, like Westside Gun right now is doing
Yeah.
crazy. Benny is crazy.
I was gonna say,
all
like,
those
Benny the
Griselda
Butcher.
niggas like that. Yeah, a lot. I'm so glad a lot of niggas found them because it's like they were gonna blow regardless. I'll be honest with you. It was just gonna be.
Is Freddie Gibbs technically
Yeah, you can add Freddie in there. Not with those Griselda niggas, but yeah, you can. It's the same.
You wouldn't say Griselda?
In terms of like them together, no. But in terms of
Yeah.
like their sound, sure.
Yeah, I'll probably just lump them in. Okay.
Yeah. Each of them though experiment and do different sounds, but still remaining to their core sound. How they do it is so fucking ill. How they just like, all right, I'm gonna give y'all the same sound, but I'm gonna change it
Just
a
a
little
little
bit,
bit, just to
enough
give
where
you
it's like,
something to
you hear that
convey.
motherfucker, and you're like, damn, like
We can't keep letting them get away with this.
I can go on. Benny's On the Radar freestyle that he did. If you haven't heard that shit, I'm just like, yeah, there we go. Some of those on the radar, not to throw shade, but like it's it's cool, it's fun.
Yeah.
That nigga Benny though. That's how you spit. What to pivot? What really put me on notice for you to go in a different way, but your visuals. Like, I'm a really big person on the visual looks for it, the theme. I like people building characters. I like people that build worlds.
Right.
That shit to me is ill as fuck. That really is what determines artistry for me in a sense. And not fully, but you know what I mean? Where I'm just like, all right, like if you keep doing that, it's gonna unlock something. You had that one photo shoot with you in like the gray suit, the white background and the magazines.
Yeah.
I saw that shit, I was like, oh, that's so ill. Like that made me feel like you're playing this, not playing the characters and like your personality,
Yeah.
but you're trying to have us enter into this world that you're building. I thought that was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
The Alice in the Wonderland music video, which if you haven't seen, you gotta go see. Like all things considered, for how many views it has, like it's a very good video.
Yeah.
It's well thought out. How hands-on are you with with anything visually, photo ops, with music videos, hell, just like little visuals. Are you kind of taking the back seat a little bit and just hoping the kind of director knows what you're saying? Or are you like, no, it has to look like this?
I'm a real, it still look like this.
Okay.
Like, I'm a stickler for everything because everything that I'm doing, whatever it is, whatever color I'm using, it's even down to that. Whatever I'm using, it has to correspond with what's going on. It's really strange because I'm also a graphic designer.
Okay.
So I do something really strange. Every time I'm working on a body of work, I create a brand guide for it. Each thing is like a product that it's a special thing. I got to gift wrap it. So everything that I do it has to be intentional. These things that I'm using these certain colors to highlight this, to give you a certain mood. That's how far deep in the creative control I am with it.
Bet.
Now I can't do everything myself, so this is stuff that I got to communicate with others. And I be a real stickler for things like that.
Okay, like a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this shit. Like it's gotta look a certain way. Like it has to be like this. And sometimes that even like prevents me from putting shit out.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, fuck it. Like it's not translating from here to there and how it looks. I'm almost too nice though sometimes. In terms of like being firm, kind of with like I want it to look like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now there's certain people like I work with that I'm like, I trust that you know what I'm looking for.
Right.
Because it's like I've seen their work. Like I'm very confident to know like it's gonna come out good.
Yeah.
But sometimes, especially when I was in film school, like 2019, like we'll shoot some shit and they'll be like, all right, let's move on. And I kind of had to learn to be like, no. Like you gotta shake that fear of kind of being an asshole, of kind of looking like a bad person, and kind of gotta be selfish. Like as artists, we're naturally selfish. Do you feel that like sometimes you can be too nice, or you just like, nah, fuck that shit. We gonna get this. We gonna get this look.
I was too nice.
It happens.
That's why I kind of just moved into the realm of like, I'm gonna work with the people I trust, and that's all I work with. I don't go look for anything else besides the people that's right here in my whatever. Cause all of us have the skills, like we all have them. One does this, and this. One does that. We all come together and we can just provide that for each other.
Building a team,
right,
is like super important. So I mean, with that, like even we can go into in terms of balancing like your time as well, along with the team that you're building.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you got, I believe you're in school, right? So you got school, relationships, personal projects, along with if you work a job, you know what I mean? Like I know plenty of people out there working like 9 to 5s, you know, including me. So it's like sometimes it can get in the way of personal projects and certain your schedule. I know that can fuck up a lot of people's creative process. But for you, have you felt like you've kind of found something to go over those obstacles, or is there something that you're still trying to figure out yourself? Do you got any tips for anybody out there that's just like, how do you balance it all?
Yeah.
Because it can be overwhelming sometimes, nigga. Like, it really can be.
Oh, man. Shoot.
It seems like you make it work.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say. That's why I'm asking you. I'm
Yeah.
like, it seems like you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, that's the goal, is to like make it seem on paper. That's the only advice I can really give. I'm gonna go into the other stuff, but advice while I got it, like just make it seem like, you know, just don't freak out publicly. Don't let nothing get to your head. Just if it, you know, I lost it. But to answer the other things, balancing the time, school, all of that, man, it's tough. I don't know what I'm doing.
The funny shit is it be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like, fuck, like you kind of feel like you just, almost like you in space. You kind of just floating around. You're like, fuck, I don't know what to do next. But then you kind of just fall into that next thing, and you're like, oh shit, okay, cool. And then that's when you just, you know, when you just get on your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know when you have like that a fresh 2 weeks where you're just like, I bet. And either that's like you're super productive, like you got, you know, a performance coming up, you're popping out to this event, you writing, you doing songs, like every day you just doing something, and then sometimes you have 2 weeks periods where you're just like, what the fuck am I doing?
And you know,
like, what is going on?
You know what could really make you seem like you just going and going and going? I don't have a lot of big culminating events like right next to each other.
Mhm.
But what you do is you collect all of the content, break it up, and now you can like hold yourself over, or just post them in between things, and now it looks
Mhm.
like you have something going on every
Make it
time.
stretch out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta kind of put it on paper to be like, I'm doing shit, but really, like you kind of not.
Yeah.
But I mean, the only thing that you can do and trust is like, I know I know I'm gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm gonna be good. Where you just gotta keep working through it and just keep working. That's my advice really.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's gonna seem like you're like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? It kind of fucks you up because you feel like you're being lazy or like you're not doing enough. But then. Last question really that I wanted to ask was, what's next? Like, what you got going on? Like, what's in the vault? If you want to say anything, if you don't have to say, anything. But just like, what's going on? What you cooking?
Oh man, the next thing, I'm working on this beautiful album.
Okay. Do we have a date?
No.
No date. That's fine.
It
Hey,
is.
that's fine.
It is gonna be out this year.
Bet.
Like this is gonna be my first debut album. I'm gonna
Okay.
do it myself,
Bet.
independent.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I'm working on mainly.
Mhm.
That's what the listening part is for that I was
Okay.
telling you about earlier.
Bet.
And just a lot of new singles. I'm just moving in a certain direction now that I feel like this is gonna be the one.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you just know. Sometimes you feel
Yeah.
it. Just like, all right, this is gonna hit. But yeah, appreciate everything. Thank you for the interview. First and foremost, I just want